I am waiting to get a few folks in here. Getting some feedback. I don't know if you guys are hearing that. Guys, let me Can you hear me, Latoya? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me, Eric? Can you hear me talking to you right now? Let me know if you guys can hear me. No sound. That's what I wanted to find out. What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Keep check it down. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. Can you hear me now? All right. I was getting some feedback. That's the reason I had the volume down. So I don't know if you guys can hear me now. I'm gonna crank it up and then give the output some balance there. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Is it getting better? Let me know before I get to yapping too long and then the whole time y'all couldn't hear me. right, what about now? Okay, I think I fixed it. At least I hope I did. Can you hear me now? All right, I'm gonna try a different mic. Hang in there for me. Try a different mic here. Hang in there. All right. Okay. Now, I believe I got it fixed. So I'm assuming that my voice is pretty loud now. All right. Thank you, Eric. Okay. And I'm gonna start at the top and answer some of y'all's quick ones right here. And Eric says, how are you supposed to park at the Decatur yard? That's a good question. As long as I've been here, that yard has looked like it is right now, and uh, it's bad. And if you're not there bright and early, you're going to be fighting for a parking spot over there. They have a lot of trailers they need to get rid of, I'd imagine. But it's been like that for a while, so I don't know what's going on. On Costco, do you pull reefer or dry? I do them both, and that's not common. So you're normally assigned one or the other, but I swap back and forth so that I can have time to come here and do this. And if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't. I would either be dry or wet, And so um, I do them both. The load that I just delivered was I delivered from Amazon to UPS and in a dry van. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go pick up a reefer and take a reefer back to Costco. Red Star 76 taking some home time in Thailand. That sounds like a lot of fun. And my student is on, he's 160 hours right now. Tonight he'll be 170, and he should be done by Saturday at the latest. And then I'm going to get me some home time. It won't be in Thailand, but I'm going to give me some home time. We can hear you, but the volume is really quiet. I hope it's better now. Volume is low. Perfect now. Breaking in and out of times. Yeah, I got to fix. I hope it's fixed now. And one of the things I'm gonna do is this microphone right here was my test microphone, and it's not as good as I'd like for it to be, and therefore I'm gonna buy a higher quality one, and then I'll be able to use the desk mic instead of my lapels while I'm doing these. Plus, it unclutters some of the desktop stuff here. If you want to give me a call, 832-795-4426, and I'm going to put it down here so it'll be in the feed, okay? 832-795-4426. And it's on there now. And what I'm going to do, if you're calling me, note that I'm going to answer the phone, that I'm going to put you online so everybody can hear our conversation. So we're going to be nice and clean and polite and all that good stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going to answer some more of you guys' questions. How does a tire blowout situation work or affect your pay? You get breakdown pay, so they're going to pay you based off the amount of time that you're parked, you know, and it also depends if your company or company or lease or owner or whatever. But I am a company driver, and so I just send a macro, a breakdown macro, and then they take care of me until somebody comes to pick me up, fix the truck. And I've had a few flats, and they've all been trailer flats. I just want to make sure that I put the right number in there, and I did. Okay, so I think the breakdown pay was $50 or something like that, but it was in one day, and they just fixed it in a few hours, so it really wasn't a big deal. Man, your volume is low. Guys, I'm looking at my output, and it's banging pretty hard right now. So if I turn the volume up any louder, it's probably going to distort. I'm almost in the yellow, so it's got to be loud right now. This is all in the community. Go Astros, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, I really hope those Astros pull it off again. That's a nice thing. That's a lot of fun. And, you know, let me see if I can bump that up a little bit there and see if that helps a little bit on the volume. And there it is. So, guys, I got it. It's banging pretty high right now. So hope it's coming through good for you right now. Much higher, it's not gonna come through. Latoya says, "Where are you headed to next?" I am going back to Denver. You know, I do Costco from Salt Lake to Denver, and Denver to Salt Lake, and Salt Lake to Denver, and Denver to Salt Lake, and so that's where I'm going. I'm in Salt Lake right now, obviously, and when I'm done, I'm going to go to Denver. In fact, I've got about an hour, and then my load's ready. Then I'm going to go pick it up. And if you guys want to give me a call, 832-795-4426. In the feed, it's got my phone, my number there. And I was trying to incorporate the link down below that has the phone number in there. And I set it up. Now I'm gonna have to find out what it's gonna take for me to get that to come back on the screen properly, because I guess I didn't set something up right. I'm gonna see. don't see it. I'm gonna have to. I created one, and I'm gonna have to figure out what I did with it and why is it not on here. Oh well. All right. And having a great time in Thailand. This is awesome. What you doing for the community? Go Astros. Good deal, man. How's it going, 50? I'll be starting driving academy with Swift on the 21st. I'm really excited, and I've been waiting for this opportunity for many years. Come on in, man. Come burn some fuel. You're gonna enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. You know, I mean, growing up in Houston, that's all I did. You know, I stayed in Houston and surrounding areas. I didn't go very far, but in fact, I never saw a ground completely covered with snow out, you know, with these eyeballs, only on TV. And I got to see all of that out here. It's a big thing. I kind of enjoy it, and I'm sure you will too. Have you run into any bad weather recently? So like in Denver, there's a small little place between Salt Lake and Denver. It's called let me think, Wyoming. Yeah. See, Wyoming likes to play with you. You know, once you get in there, you know, the sun is shining and you know, everything is sweet. The birds are chirping and the antelope are dancing. And then once you get in there enough, maybe like 20 miles in, then it's going to start storming, rain, and then 20 miles later is wind blowing 100 miles an hour, and then a little bit after that it's snowing, and that's what we got, a little bit of snow. And that's what you saw on the front clip of the video I had up a few days ago. But you know, it's just weather. We deal with it. You know, we're going to deal with it every year, and it's not bad. So some people call dry and 110 degrees bad weather. Some people call, you know, a drizzle and 70 degrees bad weather. So to me, it's all just weather, and we're going to keep dealing with it. Indulge a tandem slide video might be intimidating for Ricky. You know, I was supposed to do another video for you guys for the fifth wheel slide, and I was going to actually let you see the tandem slide. Now, in the last video, I linked a video to it where I set some cameras up so you can see it. And I did that because my student is really close to finishing. However, it's very difficult for him to get any sleep while the truck's rolling. And when your team drive it, I mean, especially on my truck, we rarely stop. We stop so we can take care of business, either, you know, with ourselves or at a customer. Other than that, we rolling, you know. And it's very difficult while I'm driving for him to sleep. So, in fact, that's where he is right now, and I'll wait till the last minute before I pull off, give him enough time to get a little bit of shut eye. Then I'm going to drive first, and hopefully he can get a little bit more rest. And in a day or so, we'll probably end up having to shut it down for a full day so he can get some good rest. But doing that tandem slide and fifth wheel thing is for him. He needs to know how to do that when he gets off my truck. So I didn't do the video because he's getting some sleep, basically. It's a long story to say, yes, I'm going to do that fifth wheel slide, but it's going to have to be when my student is up and at 'em. VA, what's up to you, brother? And for scaling and sliding tandems and fifth wheel sliding and all that, it's not very difficult. I want you guys to get that in. But there are going to be some people that's come in and they'll tell you, well, you know, 12 on the steers, 34 on the tandems, 34 on the drives. You know, it's going to change. You got this and you got that. You got blah, 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 blah. The truck drivers really like to make you think their job is extremely difficult. When you start talking about backing up, oh my gosh, you got to be some sort of, you know, mad scientist to back a truck up. And, if, you know, you can drive for 30 years and still learning. And that, man, come on. Come on, man. It's not difficult. It isn't, okay? But as far as those tandem things is going, yes, is it different bridge laws in all of the states? Yes, states are different. In fact, if when I pick a load up here in Utah, it can be heavy, 12 in the front, 34 and 34. I could be over on the drives by, let's say I'm like 35 on the drive and 34 on the tandems, and you know, a little heavy. But when I get into Wyoming, the law is different. And I can be 36,000 on either one. I can either be 36,000 on the drives or 36,000 on the tandem and still be legal, but it's not legal in Utah. Okay, so yes, you're gonna get that. You're gonna hear people talking about that and doing that. Listen, we're not concerned about that. That's not what we're here to do. We need to learn the basics first. And the basics is 12,000 in the steers, 34,000 on the drives, and 34,000 on the tandems. Be within them range. Most of us are going to be heavier than that anyway, because your company drivers driving, standard loads, and they're not going to overgross you. And the only problems you may have is if the trailer is imbalanced, meaning they didn't load the trailer right, and you can't get the weights corrected because they didn't either overloaded the trailer or they didn't balance the trailer when they put the stuff in. But none of that stuff is going to be your concern right now. What you need to know is learn, Mr. M. You just need to learn what what the laws are and how the numbers work and what to do to move them. So we're going to be good with that. I remember exactly May 1870. We were in Washington, headed south, and stopped at the rest there and woke up and headed towards the Amazon Vega. And on the way, boom, blizzard hit us. A blizzard hits you going through the mountain. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that you was in the mountains, which can be a little bit unpredictable, but just a little bit unpredictable, man, when y'all left to start heading out, man, I always check my two things that for sure going to check, and that's the traffic and the weather before I even start my DOT clock, because if the weather's jacked up, I'm not going anywhere. And let me see something here. Go up some there, buddy. All right. I always check the weather and the traffic and make sure that I can leave. And I won't leave if I know the blizzard is coming. I'll just let it. If I can't get out in front of it and beat it, then I'm not going to drive behind it, and I'm not going to drive through it. And so, keep those things in mind, bro, and they'll kind of help you. But in the mountains, it's kind of weird because things can change very rapidly up there. What's your highest DPS score? That's a good question, because I have not checked it, and I have no real points because I don't have any wrecks or tickets and none of that kind of stuff. Do you get paid while you're in school? No. And I will tell you this. That was Jesse. He wants to know if you get paid while you're in school, and I would be very leery of a company that tells me they're going to give me money to put in my pocket for me to spend while they are teaching me what they want me to have or what I want to have. I mean, that's kind of, think about that. It makes no sense. And the fact is, the programs that offer that, if it's through a company, a carrier, they're not giving you money, not paying you to learn. Think about it this way: you go through their school, as soon as you graduate, get your CDL, you go run off to somewhere else. So they're supposed to pay you to sit through a school, and you may or may not go to work for them. You may or may not be eligible to work for them when it's time for you to get out of school, when you get that CDL, you see? So for somebody to make you believe that they're going to pay you to do it, I would be very leery. I make sure that's in writing, and be sure that it is not a loan, because will they put money in your pocket while you're going to school? Some occasions that happens, but the occasions that I know, those are loans, and you will pay them back once you get hired. I want somebody to give me a call, 832-795-4426. I'm going to put it in the numbers down there again, in the feed. And if you guys give me a call, I will put you online. And I kind of want to test it too. So if you can, if somebody got trouble for me, give me a call. Okay. Felony girl, I need your recruiter. Mine at Swift does not return my emails or calls. So, felony girl, you need to contact Otto, and her information is in my, at the end of my videos, and they're in the feed of the videos. But let me see if I can just give it to you again right now. Let's see. Hang in there for me, felony girl. See if I got a phone number for you. You can call her. If she doesn't answer, make sure you leave a voicemail for her. And she will get back to you. 385-312-2726. That's Autumn's number. 385-312-2767. I'm going to put it in the description down here as well. And that's Autumn's number, and you can give her a call. And that was felony girl. I'm bouncing from side to side. I'm in here by myself, so I don't have anyone to read any of the questions to me. And so I'm kind of bouncing from one to the other. So hang in there for me. Jaden, start with Swift tomorrow. I was hoping to get you as a mentor. Well, there's always a possibility. So once you get a little closer to getting done, you need to let me know. 832-795-4426 is going to ring right here, and then you guys will be live with me. So just give me a call when you got something you want to yap about. Until then, I'm going to keep going down my little list here and see what else I got. Reveal. Oh, patience is a virtue. So Dan's going to get his CDL in 2 weeks, and then he's gonna call a recruiter. And that's a good idea. But I will tell Dan, and I'll tell all the rest of you, during this time of year, things start kind of afraid, and the business is always doing this. It's going to kind of do like this, and then in another month or so, it's going to start going back up because the holiday season kicks off, and everybody outside of the earth, but us, is out there spending stuff and having a good time. But we are the ones that deliver all that good stuff they spend their money on and have those good times with. So we're working, and the consumers are out there consuming, and then we start doing this again. Okay, so if you procrastinate too long, you'll sometimes find yourself trying to get in when the industry is doing this. And this is a big company. Swift is pretty big, and our downtime doesn't feel near as painful as some. But I hadn't felt any of it, to be quite honest with you. But just because Swift is pretty big, man. I mean, by the time all the small companies have felt the pain, we didn't even know there was a downturn. And so, but at the end of the day, you don't want to procrastinate because you don't want to. Okay, now it's my turn, and then you come in, and we're doing this, and then they're not, letting anybody else in right now. Doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It's not going to turn around really quickly. Within another week or two, they may be. But just don't procrastinate, guys. Don't procrastinate. And he also was asking me about there is a terminal in California, in Fontana, California as well. Now, call Autumn, the recruiter. Just give her a shout. Her number's on here as well. You give Autumn a call. Let her know that you want to go. That you're. Now, I'll tell you something else too. If you're in Fontana and you're based out of California, you want to do reefer. You better hurry up, bro. That's some good getting right there. But you got to be a resident in California. Been solo driver for 2 months. Red Star. Not sure if I could eventually become a mentor. Any tips on making that transition? I'm gonna read it again. Been solo driver. This is Red Star. He's been solo driver now for 2 months. Is really enjoying it. Not sure if you could eventually become a mentor. Yes, you can. Any tips on that? All right, Red Star, I'm gonna answer that, but the comment right under yours is the Montana terminal has a great Mexican food truck. Yeah, it does. I've only eaten one time off of a food truck that I didn't like, but I'm kind of making sure they, got, flat tire and, paint job good and everybody look clean inside. But if they do, I hadn't had a bad meal off a food truck, man. In fact, it tastes a lot better than you going into some of these restaurants. You look at the person up there on the grill doing the flipping. If she looked like she'd been raised about 15 kids, you want to eat that. You want to eat that taco. Guess out. So anyway, Red Star, let me tell you something, brother. I thoroughly enjoy being a mentor. 2 reasons. 2. The first one is the rhino in the room, and that is that you're going to make a considerable amount of more. Your pay increase is going to be considerably more. Okay, that's a fact. But let's just go around that. Okay, without the money. when somebody gets on your truck and that person is on your truck and you can see a sense of desperation in their posture, in their body language, their face, and through our conversation, you even find out that what that person brought on your truck in their duffel, in their bag, is just about everything they own, if not everything they own. And you're able to help them to get firm footing. When they get off your truck, they'll actually have a career that they can count on and a company that's behind them, and you know that they're going to be well taken care of. That feeling is awesome. And when they get done off your truck and they know how to back the truck up, they know how to look presentable, wear a shirt with Swift's name on it, and they, face clean and hair combed, and their body and clothes are clean when they go talk to a customer, and they're proud when they get in there, and they know how to present themselves and do this job professionally, and every month they get those reminders and attaboys that thank you very much for having 100% on time, and you were a big part of that. It feels great. When I see them get done with me and then they go upgrade and get their own truck, I know that they're well on their way. And yes, the money is great, but that feeling is awesome as well. And for the most part, you've made a partner for a while. I've talked to my students, I like to make sure that they're doing good, and if they need anything, that I'm still here, still phone call away, that sort of stuff. And it's a great thing. Okay, now you got about 7 more months before you're eligible, because you need to be 9 months with Swift before you can become a mentor, and one winter, and you'll have that. And then the rest of it is fairly easy. So just keep in contact with me, and let's see if we can't hook you up. It's going to be a lot of fun when you get there. Oh, it says that piece it is good, and it's huge on a food truck. Yeah. Would you be interested in farming? Ranching, yes. Farming, nah, I don't think so. But ranching, yes. Farming takes probably way too much work for me. I don't want to do that much. But ranching, in fact, myself and my mentor have been discussing starting getting some cattle and some pigs, and yeah, we're going to get that knocked out next year. And you're welcome there, Red Star. Let's see who else we got here. Chris Deal says, in the tandem videos, you always see me with that tandem tool, okay? And there's a couple of different tandem tools. In fact, when I get out today, when I'm going to stop at a truck stop, and I'm going to get the alternative to the tool that I have. The one that I have is pretty cool. It's pretty easy to use, and I like it. It's a heavy-duty thing, and I've found it on 2 places. I found it at the Iowa 80 truck stop. That was the first one that I purchased. That's the one you see in the video. And then I found them on Amazon, and I bought two more. One, Steve has one, and then I have the other one under my bunk just in case I, lose the one that I have here. But and they're $39.99, and you can get them on Amazon, or you can get them at the Iowa 80. And I've looked in other truck stops, I can't find it. How long after the person start with Swift, they have to wait to lease? Is it 30 days after starting? I was told 7 months. The 7th month, you'd be 6 months. That's what I was told. However, I was told that when I started, so it could be different right now. And leasing is going to be a big thing that one of the things that I want to discuss here, when that other seat over there has the knowledge in it, the person who handles that. Personally, I don't believe that anybody should lease a truck at any company until they go through some sort of business management class. So if you talk about leasing a truck, I want to ask you. So in your comment there, where'd you go? WV, there you are. I want you to comment in the line down there and tell me what goes on the first line of a balance sheet. Don't wait, I'm going to go look it up. I want you to type it in there now. Go. What goes on the first line of a balance sheet? I hope you're not asking me. I hope you don't say, what's a balance sheet? But the reason I asked you that question is because most people want to get into leasing and do that kind of thing, and they want to start learning what it takes to get eventually to the owner-operator part of what we do. It's not a bad thing. It's a great goal to have. However, you need to have a good sense of business knowledge, otherwise you're going to fail. Anybody can lease a truck, but that don't mean that you know how to actually make that truck profitable and keep the profits right and keep it paid, and it takes some business knowledge to make it happen. And I recommend before anybody lease a truck and start that thing or start that journey, to certainly grab some knowledge and find out what it's going to take to make it successful. Okay. Agree with you. Ray Kiyobashi. I think that's how you spell it. That's it. Pronounce that last name. That's pretty cool. He says you start orientation on Monday. He's been driving for 7 years, and this will be his first time straight over the road. Any advice? And he'll be out of the Decatur yard. Yeah, the advice is don't go to the Decatur yard to park, right? They're probably gonna clean it up. They just got a bunch of stuff over there. But man, best advice I can give you about whether you over the road or dedicated or regional, whatever, the advice is going to be the same. Make the best out of what you got. You only have a certain amount of time to drive, and drive it. Drive it all. Drive it hard. Get where you got to go, drop it off, go grab something else and do it again. And then do the same thing again and again and again. Because as long as you're away from your home, as long as you're away from your family, you'll be making money. There's no reason for you to be away from the house if you're not going to make money. The best advice I can give you is to run hard, man. Run hard. Every time you get to a terminal, even if it's a Decatur, you got to leave the truck running out there in the street, whatever. Go inside, get with some planners. Introduce yourself. Try to get some contact. And say, hey, if you need anything, I'm parked here. I don't have nothing to do right now. So if you need anything, please, ring my truck, and I'll do a local, anything. Keep yourself busy, okay? And you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. You're away from the house, make money, okay? Great video, bro. I usually set my tandems at the 8th hole from the front of the trailer. And 95% of the time, I'm on point. May have to move it back one hole. No, I've never tried that. I may have to give it a shot. Barry Kearns. What's up, 50? Today's my first day of school. And by the way, this is 18 hours. This is from yesterday. He says, I was about 4 classes too late for no more manuals. So he's in school in Memphis, and there's no more manuals over there. And we kind of knew that was coming. We talked about that, and you guys know how I feel about it. And oh, my cameras are going too fast. It's kind of messing with you because it's doing it. I'm gonna see something. I'm gonna see how quick it's doing it. Hold on a minute. So every 10 seconds it's swapping to the other camera. So you know what I'm gonna do? There. So I'm gonna manual do them. I'm glad you said something because this is gonna be a learning curve for me, okay? And I need you guys' feedback on what's happening and what works and what doesn't work. So, let me know.